Alright, so now let's take a look at the last part of our game project here that we've been working on for most of the last week. So hopefully you've gotten to the point where you can write your name here, you can hit start, and it'll take you to this page. And at least for my group that we were working on, we had our name up here, we had the score up here, and then all we had left was to have us clicking on each of these to bring the score up. And then last, once all the aliens and the asteroids are done, then taking you to the final screen. So that's what I'm going to help you out with real quick right now, and then we'll be able to go from there. So first things first, I want us to edit the score once we click on our UFO. So for example here, let's start over again. Gonna do screen pause. I want it so that if I click on this UFO, my score goes up. So I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna restart, I'm gonna go to my game screen, I'm gonna look at what the name of that thing is. Let's start with UFO 1. So UFO 1, I want to say when I click it, it makes the score go up by 1. So in this case, I'm going to look over here and I'm going to see, all right, on click start over, on event, on click UFO 1. Okay, this is the one that I want right here, line 13. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my variables and I'm going to grab this one over here that says assign a variable, and I'm going to assign my variable that's called score up here at the top. I'm going to say score equals score plus 1. And that's all it's going to do is add 1 to the score and save that back in the variable name score. So that way it's always adding 1 and saving it again. So now you should be able to see, hopefully, the score be changed up. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm going to hit run, put my name on here again, hit start, I'm going to click it. And notice it doesn't change the score here. Even though, if I look down here, actually I'll skip that. Even though I know that I've changed the score to be +1, right? So like I know that it's supposed to be 1, but it's not looking like it is 1 yet. And the whole reason for this is we have to actually update this text anytime we want the score to change. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a function, drag this, and I'll put it at the bottom here. And I want this function to be called update screen. And all this is going to do is the same thing that we did up here. So we set the text of the score to be score plus score. So I'm going to actually grab that, and I'm going to paste it down here. I don't know what just happened. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to bring it down here. And again, just to remember, what all this does here is set this score, the text here, equal to the word score and then my new score. And again, because I changed the score to be now 1 when I click the alien, when I click the UFO, now it's going to update with the correct score, which should be the number 1. So now we're going to go ahead and reset. Let's try it again. So I'm going to do run, start, click it. Okay, so nothing yet. So let's go ahead and go back to my UI controls. And what we're going to do here, so now you can hopefully see here, we've still got this error here. And it didn't actually update the screen. And the reason for that is, even though I clicked on it and it changed it, I'm not calling this function that I just created that'll change the score inside my my UFO click. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over here to function, and I'm going to call that function that I just created. So I'm going to call I call it update screen. So now I have three things inside this, three things that should happen every time the UFO is clicked. It should add 1 to the score, hide the UFO, which was already there, and then update the screen, so now it should have the correct score. So let's go ahead and reset. Click start, and now you can see the score goes up. So these are the three things that all of these should have. So make sure that you have those three things for, sorry, let me show you what it is. Make sure you have those three things for UFO 1, UFO 2, Asteroid 2, and Asteroid. So all four of these should have the same thing. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about here is what happens when all four are clicked. And I want it to take you to the next screen, the final screen. So it should take you to this screen here. So what we're going to do here is, inside our update screen, we're going to add a quick if statement. So go to Control, and we're going to grab this if statement here, put it at the bottom. So I'm going to say, if, our score is 4, because that's the how many asteroids and UFOs there are. If our score equals 4, what are we going to do? I wanted to take it to my last screen, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do set screen to final screen. So eventually, once you get all of these other ones set up the same way that we have this one, UFO 1, so once you're adding a score every time each of these click, it should then take you to the last screen when the score equals 4, and you should be good to go. So that's about it to hopefully get you to the final part of this project. As usual, let Mr. Che and me know if you have any questions. But hopefully this helps.